going on, people? It's your boy P back again with another video, and I wanted to touch on Kanye's album a little bit. I listened through it briefly, so I'm not going to give like a whole detailed review because it's the first day the album came out. You gotta let it breathe for a minute. You might have to sit with it for at least a week, listen to it a couple times to really give a review. I know somebody has a review or a reaction or something online, and they're talking about the whole thing, and that's one perspective. At the end of the day, you need to be able to form your own perspective about it. You need to be able to have your own mindset and your own thought about what you feel, about what you like, and just like life in general. Because you can go online and somebody can really sound real convincing about the way that they explain something. I mean, I might even sound convincing about the way I explain stuff sometimes. You'd be like, oh man, that makes sense. Yeah, that is a whack album because he made it sound so good. And really, he probably just doing it to get some views because he know people will respond in a certain way. But as far as like the overall sound of the album, like it sounds like for the past couple albums, Kanye, his sound hasn't really changed. Like I remember like College Dropout to Late Registration to like Graduation was like three completely different sounds, and then My Dark Twisted Fantasy was like a whole nother sound, and 808s was like a whole nother sound. But I think Kanye's kind of like settled into his sound that kind of, it like stems from like a 808s My Dark Twisted Fantasy kind of vibe, and it has some like Yeezus thrown in there. So I think like that's his sound now, and that's what he's going with. And it didn't sound like it was any like standout singles on the album. Let me see. It was one track that he was talking about. I'm gonna just pull it up because I feel like it. And he just called the album Yay, by the way, because that's what niggas do. Yeah. What is it? No Mistakes. Yikes. Wouldn't Leave. Wouldn't Leave was cool because it's like, you know, it's just like grown man music. He's making music from a different place. He's not really trying to, you know, be on some, you know, let me make this to go on radio and anything like that. And honestly, he might be in a better position than when he was all over Top 40 radio. Because when you're on Top 40 radio, people don't notice your label or your budget and all that. Like you're basically spending money and going into debt just so you can be on the radio. So it's like, yeah, you might sell more records, but then you end up with less money because that just gets taken out of your promotional budget. Where if you can just go on TMZ or do an interview because you got that much star power now and, you know, sell albums, that promotional side doesn't even come out of your budget anymore. So then you might be where people might say, oh, you didn't sell as much, you ain't got that much sales, your first week sales is low, yada yada yada, but you might actually be pocketing a lot more money from that album than somebody who has tracks all over Top 40 radio. So in that aspect, Kanye is winning. You know what I mean? Or you can go do shows, still get $1 million to do a show, or still get, you know, $1 million plus, which Kanye can probably draw, and then you don't have to pay for promotion at the same time. You don't need the radio, you don't need none of that. So, and you wouldn't be obligated to do that anymore. And it may be written in some contracts, you know, you gotta have the radio spins and all this other stuff like that, because it's just more people getting into your pocket, getting into your budget, and you just end up with nothing at the end of the day. All the money you make just goes to everybody else, just for that perception to make it seem like you bigger, when in reality you have less money. So it's definitely a win for Kanye. I'm gonna listen to it a few more times before I really, you know, give judgment, or I might just keep it to myself. I might just be like, yo, I'm gonna listen to the album, and that's just gonna be me. I'm gonna just, you know, I ain't gonna do a video about it or nothing like that because these are my thoughts on the album, and I don't feel like I need to share it with everybody. That's just maybe what it is. So let me know what you think about Kanye's album below. And make sure you like and subscribe to Two Educated Guys. As always, a lot more videos, a lot more content coming for you guys. And I'll catch you on the next one. It's your boy Pete. Peace.